dude, it's everything that I had to go through in order to get this haircut was insane.
Didn't she call you and be like, it's at 6 a.m. and you were like, oops.
I mean, it was 6 p.m., but yeah, I thought it was 6 a.m. just because I'm like, Corona sleeps at that time.
You can talk. This is our banter part.
This is the banter.
This is
part.
the banter
the
part.
banter.
He's gonna try and start cutting out. I don't see why. I look so small. I don't know if it's just the positioning. It's so great.
It's because you're wee.
I look tiny, but I look huge at the same time. I was like, look at that super short fat guy.
Of the three
All
fat men
perspective.
here, which one is the smallest?
The one furthest from the camera, obviously.
Yeah, that's true.
My glasses is dirty. I can't
Mine are
wear them.
steaming up for some reason.
It's because you're hot.
Sexiness. Just surrounded by sexy right now.
Welcome back to another episode of the Rum Runnas Podcast, the show where we drink and talk about stuff.
He does this all the time.
Yeah, does he?
Yeah.
It seems like you're natural.
And he steals it from me is what it is, because I always go into like a whole spiel and he just likes to do it. Sometimes I let him do it and then he fucks up and doesn't do it that time. It's kind of great.
Yeah, the one day when I'm like, let's just get this going.
And I
It'll
was
take
like,
forever,
okay,
and
go.
then-
I'm like, you can do it. And he was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Da, 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 da. And he just kept going. And I was like, whatever. I was going to let Kyle do the intro today.
The best one ever, the best episode ever was the,
Oh,
I'm not
God.
going to interrupt you today. And he could not understand the
mind
mind
games.
fuck of that. And he just wouldn't start the show. And I'm like, I'm not going to interrupt. Just start the show.
That's
Yeah, it's-
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, yep, there was like a lot of it.
Yeah.
It was bad. All right. Well. Welcome back to another episode of the Rum Runnas Podcast, where we drink and talk about stuff. Glad to be back, everybody. It's been a really long break.
Hey there.
How's everybody doing? I know it looks a little
Illnesses.
different. We got another person here.
There's a new sign.
There is.
Where'd that come from?
It is right above your tiny, tiny body. I love forced perspective.
This is how they shot the Hobbit and the
This
Lord of
is
the Rings.
exactly.
I'm Gandalf and you're Frodo.
And I'm that teapot in the foreground. Just chilling here right now.
You could have picked anything and you went for teapot.
You know,
What's that say about you that you chose the teapot over? I mean, you could have been Sam, the hero of the story.
Sam is in the background. He's hiding in the bushes like a
and
creep.
he's the hero.
But he's also real small too. But I'm the same size
and
as
you picked teapot. You could have been Gimli.
Picked an inanimate.
You could have gone with Legolas. You could have been Aragorn. Jesus. And you went with the teapot.
I was going with what's in the scene.
I
wanted
don't
to
know,
be in
because
the
those
scene.
movies are so
there
long.
with
I
the-
watched them one
There's
time.
a million scenes. You thought of the teapot.
It's
Why's the teapot on your mind?
Why is Amanda
because
FaceTiming
it
me?
is necessary in the world of hobbits. It's very necessary.
Okay, I
Tea
agree.
time is like
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
that's the real hero of the story, along with second lunch.
Okay.
Like that's
Is that so? That's your stance? Is you
Kyle
you
feels
believe-
left out. I'm sorry. Okay, let's introduce ourselves. If you're new here, I'm Jared.
You could have done one of those like sad music moments where it just zooms in on me not caring about the story.
I'm probably still gonna do it, and now it's gonna be you talking about doing it. So
No, you just don't keep that part. Just,
this is also a standard of the show. Kyle telling me what to cut out and me not cutting it out.
That's the best.
You gonna introduce yourself? Did
Did we do that part?
No, you
He
didn't.
started it, but
I
you
said, I'm
interrupted him.
Jared.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm Turtle.
He
That's
is
Turtle.
the newest member of Rum Runners Entertainment. So
I don't know why I
welcome.
look at the TV. The TV's messing me
Oh,
up.
I
yeah,
do
no,
it too.
it's
Everybody
really
does. We're all
distracting.
gonna just look at the TV.
camera.
That's the monitor. Don't want to look at the monitor. Want to
Nope,
look
wanna
at
look
the
at the camera.
look at camera.
Hi, camera.
Look these people in the soul.
I swear I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You got how much is you're used to talking into a mic.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
He
So you're
did
good.
theater.
I was an
You don't
actor.
really talk into a mic in theater. You have like a hair mic or like a lapel mic.
Yeah. I had to.
He did more theater than you.
How much theater did you do?
He did it after high school.
for years. Yeah,
Oh damn!
I was in a theater production company. I did. I
wanted
was in
to.
the State Theater from production of Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, but I was in like elementary school.
Damn.
I was grumpy.
Damn.
That like not grumpy because I was in the play, grumpy because I was the dwarf.
Why not
No, I
both?
wasn't grumpy. I was
That's
the
like
dwarf.
that's like a leading thing.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, the Grumpy's
Yeah, it was
freaking
good.
the boss.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was in a production in Music Fest with the Banana Factory.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Yes, you have done more than me.
I've done a lot of acting, and I did a lot of stuff through high school and outside of high school and in college.
I tried out for stuff outside of high school, like in college, and I made it. Like I was chosen, but
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to do it because of work, for one. And another one, I wasn't allowed to do it because I wasn't a theater major.
I made YouTube videos with Jared.
You acted all the time. Acted sober while you were working.
Yeah. Let's not discuss that because I don't know.
Our boss.
It's not like
at
I was
our
a
other
pizza
job
delivery
might
guy.
watch this, so you know.
That was like literally a decade ago.
Yeah, it's forever
that's gotta be. There's gotta be. It's gotta be okay.
Statute
And I
of
didn't
limitations.
know when I got there.
You didn't know you were drunk, or you
No,
didn't
I
know that
didn't.
you were working?
No, dude, it was like 4 PM. I stopped drinking at like 9 that morning,
Yeah.
and I went to sleep.
I remember getting that call.
Well, it was right after I broke up with my girlfriend.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Yeah, that was a rough day for you.
That makes it
That
fun.
was funny. No, it wasn't. I was too drunk to know.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we're here to jump right back into things after this crazy corona-ness. And we're going to be...
And even still, this might just end up becoming either just audio or from a distance, depending on how it goes again.
yeah, we're going to have to see how things go. We're in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania's been doing pretty good, but it's not great anywhere. I'll tell you that. But yeah, so we'll see. We're going to try to do as much as humanly possible going forward. So hopefully we're going to be bringing you guys tons more shit, and I'll let them talk about that when they want to talk about it. So we'll figure it out.
We got some new shows coming.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm involved with that. That's probably why I'm here.
That's why
Yeah,
he's
he's
here.
why he's here today. We're planning. We're gonna make our spooky show finally. We're gonna talk about ghosts and killers and
We've
Aliens.
accidentally talked about it tons of times, but you've probably heard us accidentally
pitch.
say
Well, now it's
dark
happening.
rum. So yeah, things are going to be are in the works to start occurring.
that one we should start seeing probably 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, around 2 weeks or so, you should start seeing a lot more things on the YouTube channel. So once again, if you're listening to this, we are on YouTube. You can watch all of our sexiness at just look up Rum Runnas. We need to get to that 100 so we can be youtube.com/Rum Runnas. Help us out, everybody.
Please and thank you.
And if you are watching,
Also,
we
don't
are
forget to
also
like
in
and
audio.
subscribe and hit that button thing. I heard you're supposed to say that
Punch
in the
the
beginning.
bell.
You are,
You're
you
supposed
are.
to say punch the bell.
Yeah, smash that like button and ring a that bell.
Or I'll kick you in the nuts.
He'll find all of you. We don't have
That
that many
was
viewers. He can do it.
Very aggressive.
Super
What?
aggressive.
I've heard lots of people threaten things, not like that, but I mean, I was really pulling my Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back right there, where they actually went to everybody that reviewed them poorly and kicked them in
Oh,
the nuts.
yes.
Which is one of the greatest like end
Oh, it's the greatest ending.
series of just oh my god.
I
'Cause
gotta
they were
watch
saying
the
it
new
the
one.
whole,
I haven't
they were
seen
saying
it
it the whole time, and that's what made it amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're here to once again talk about all the weird.
You don't
and
want to
funny-
even like tickle your other nerdy ass show where you're gonna be nerdy.
No, that's gonna be that's way too. That's down the pipeline. We're gonna
that's
figure it out.
Probably within
There's
the
another
next
show.
3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah,
that
there's
you're
another
thinking.
show
You just have to
within.
talk to one more person.
I would say within the next month and a half that's going to be coming out. So you're going to be looking at 3 shows
minimum
weekly
so far that we're coming
from us here, as well as other things that we would like to be doing. So we're really making moves. We're trying to buckle down and really do some stuff here. But today we're back to talk about weird and funny news from all over the internet. We read the clickbait, so you don't have to.
Yeah, because he's trying to cut out the other thing that we say because we have too many sublines.
We have a lot of taglines, I mean, and no merch saying any of it.
No,
Too many taglines and no way to monetize it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
we need a shirt that says that.
Yeah, too many taglines and no monetization. That's a good tagline,
That
actually.
is actually a good one. That is a good.
And it's
Keep an eye
ironic
out.
you put that on a shirt because then
And-
that's
yeah.
And we still don't put any taglines on anything.
Yep. Yeah, get working on that. Give me a mock-up by tomorrow.
All it needs is words. Your guy can do that by himself.
yeah, right.
We'll
Just
make it work.
pick a
We'll make it
cool
work.
font. No, I'll pick the font. You suck at picking font.
He
He always picks really.
Comic Sans.
He always picks really gaudy, like the stuff you would pick when you were in like
Gothic.
9th grade.
Yeah.
and you'd be like, "Oh, it looks so neat."
I only liked some things in Gothic. I liked how Rum Runnas looked in Gothic.
I
It has a
normally
really cool look to it.
pick the most basic, bold one that I can find.
Yeah.
He's like, does it have corners?
The only reason
They're
I
like,
was
mine
thinking,
has 9 corners. He's like, no, it doesn't need that many corners.
the only reason I was looking at the drippy one that I showed you for ours was just because it kind of works for being creepy. But I'll probably just change it to a plain one.
I like my font how I like my women.
Flat?
Gothic.
Oh, well, I love how you both went two completely different directions.
Still worked.
I mean, flat and gothic can go together.
I mean, they can be the same thing.
I mean, but the corsets really don't help with that. So, I mean,
No, generally they shape things.
Yeah.
Regardless of the body.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, you can't do that? Well, you're going to do that now.
I hope you don't like breathing.
All boobs are big in a corset.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's true. We're gonna have to make a video where we wear corsets.
I wear a corset. So speaking of things I've done,
There we go.
I wore a bra so I borrowed a friend's bra. And
Okay.
I did a Rocky Horror Picture Show shadowcast.
That's dope.
Back in
I
college.
love Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I love Rocky Horror. And for it, I borrowed my friend's bra, pink bra, really nice.
Yeah.
But the problem is, her and I are. If you can't tell how I am now, I was this in college, and we had to. Yeah, I was fluffy is one way of putting it. Yeah. We had to extend the strap of the bra with black duct tape. So
Duct tape solves everything.
It's
man.
a pink frilly bra, and then just like a foot and a half of black duct tape.
Just rolled up duct tape.
Just a strip of it, just like roll, like we went like across, then we wrapped around.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, and
you
that
need
was,
layers.
and it was like I wasn't coming out of the bra until we cut me out of the bra. Like that was the level. Oh man,
They had to peel you out of that.
oh
thing,
yeah, it was. And actually, I busted open my knuckles on a dude's face in that bra.
Why?
I didn't tell you about the time I got my lip busted open.
No, I've never heard of you being in a
never heard of
fight.
this
You're a
story.
turtle.
I'm a very peaceful person.
You are. You're
am,
one
yeah.
of. You're one of the more pacifistic people that I know.
I don't like violence. But I was pretty drunk, and we were doing the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and this guy had this big bling goblet, big ceramic white fake jewels, whatever,
Like a pimp cup.
Like the Spencer's cups.
big, yeah, exactly. It was one of the Spencer's cups, and he dropped it, and it shattered on the ground. And he started yelling at my friend that was in the cast.
Oh, you can't do that.
Yeah, and he was screaming at her about this cup that he had dropped. I saw the whole thing. I'm like 5 feet away.
Like you're an
watched it.
asshole, and you're being an asshole. Right
And
now.
I walked over and I was like, "What do you do? You dropped your cup. She wasn't anywhere near you when you dropped it." And he was screaming at us we had replaced the cup, blah blah blah. And I'm like, "No,
Fuck
get
that
out of
guy.
here!" And he decked me, and I pushed my lip in, and my lower teeth came out through my lip underneath.
Ow!
And
Jesus Christ,
and I
dude.
him
Yeah.
because he hit me, and I
You gotta defend
responded.
yourself. Yeah.
And he almost passed out. His friends grabbed him and drug him out of the.
So you knocked him the fuck out. is
I
what
mean,
you're
he
saying.
didn't drop to the ground, but he was not looking good. And then I'm like,
Someone shout World Star?
He was, yeah, right. I felt like real good. I'm like, yeah, I messed that guy up. I was so drunk, I had no idea. My friends were like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm fine. You should be asking
World
him.
Star.
Ask him. Look at you." They're like, "No, you're covered in blood." And I went, "What?" And looked down.
That had to look so fucking metal.
And my hair's in pigtails. I've got glitter all over in a pink bra, and
Yeah.
I've got a sheet of blood all down my front from where my teeth went through my lip.
That's
So
a
she didn't keep the bra then.
Yeah.
No, that bra was gone. That bra was gone.
That's a theater kid story right there.
That is
like shit
just-
like that only happens to theater
Yeah,
kids. Be like, so I was like, so many theater kids have like I was in a dress.
I
And
put a dress
then-
on the other day. I sent you a picture.
I know you did. I know you did. But I'm just saying.
Amanda ordered something for herself, but she used my name, and I was like, "No, this is my mail." And I was like, "What is in my mail?" And she's like, "I don't know what that is." I'm like, "Oh, cool. Well, it's mine." And I open it, and it's this dress, and she goes, "No, I do remember ordering that." I'm like, "No, it's mine." And I just put it on. I was like, "This is my dress now."
There you go.
I took a picture of it, sent it to him, never explained why I was wearing.
no
the dress.
explanation. I was
Until,
like, what the why are you wearing
earlier
that?
this week.
To be
Nothing.
fair, if I received a picture of Kyle in a dress, that wouldn't even register as something weird from him. I wouldn't even be like, "Why is Kyle in a dress?" I'd be like, "Oh, that's a good color on him."
It was striped.
Well,
Right?
you've heard me
It
argue
was
with my
striped.
mom when I wanted to buy when we were all in like trip stuff and they had the skirts.
Yeah.
My mom was like, "You're not gonna wear a dress," and I'm like, "But I want to."
Yeah.
Yeah, be like you can't control me. But
She
yeah.
did because she wouldn't give me money and they're expensive.
So she controlled you. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I take that back. So on to the first one.
On to the first one.
On to the first. It's been so long since we said that. I kind of love the fact that we're back saying that shit
On to the
again.
next one. Past that one.
Oh my god, I
Go
hate
to the
you so
third
much.
one.
Hate your face.
What's past
Okay.
this one?
This one involves a car. So,
What the fuck?
Ontario Porsche driver charged for pulling hot tub on wooden cart.
He's actively covering the screen from me.
It's what I do.
I just burped in the mic. I'm sorry. And
You're fine, man. You're fine.
That's why I
just so you know, that mic is a lot lower than our mics. No matter what I do to it, it either gets too high or too low.
Yeah.
So just make sure you're talking directly into it, because if not, it will not pick you up.
Well,
It's
I'll try to
ridiculous.
talk closer to it then.
There you go. Just
Hey there,
real
Jared.
range.
How you doing, sexy?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm liking this.
Ow, that hurts my
Okay. All right.
I just had my wisdom teeth.
Yes.
All right, so he's literally got a hot tub just
So
strapped to a
as
wooden
you can
cart.
see here, we got it's literally just some planks of wood, and then
No,
you
no,
have
look,
some rollers.
it's a hand cart.
Oh my God,
it's
it is a hand
It's
cart.
a dolly, and then he's got planks of wood running connected to
Into
the
the
dolly
trunk.
into the trunk of the Porsche.
Yeah, you got.
Why is this not okay? This seems legit.
Well, okay. Well, let's read it. Let's find out. Kitchener Woodstock police responded to an unusual call on Wednesday afternoon. A
Like
Porsche,
Woodstock, New York. Like where Woodstock took place.
Ontario. No. So a Porsche pulling a hot tub on a homemade cart. They say they received several calls about the car as it made its way along Dundas Street, west near 11th line. So once again, if you are in, I guess, Woodstock, Ontario, go see where this man was doing this.
I mean, it looks like he's got it strapped down. I don't know how fast he
I
was
mean,
going. It's on
I'm
the side
gonna
of the
hope
road.
it's strapped down. There's twine, it looks like.
The picture is like him on the side of the road, so it's probably not moving at that point.
Yeah.
I can see why people would have a problem with this because
Because
One little bump.
yeah. One stiff breeze and it's a hot tub. It's shaped like a bowl. It's just
I
gonna
feel
catch it.
like the hot tub weighs as much as the car.
No, hot tubs are all fiberglass.
Oh, they're all
Empty,
fiberglass.
that's light.
I'm like a poor person. I don't know how much hot tubs are.
they're and from the upper picture
can
or
look
the
at it
lower
and see that
picture,
it's not
it's
that
got
heavy.
a frame. It doesn't have siding, and it's all fiberglass. The whole shell
okay.
is fiberglass. So that whole hot tub, I mean, I've moved hot tubs that size or bigger with like
Just like
friends.
by yourself?
Yeah, well, like you can like.
You should have just taken credit. Just been like, I picked that shit up by myself.
I mean, if you look at just how he has it set up,
Yeah.
it's clearly
Yeah.
not that heavy.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
not
yeah,
bottoming out the car.
Plus, also it has, like I said, that looks like twine. That doesn't even look
Yeah.
like it's like strapped down.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously, the story is about his bad taste in moving materials.
Wait, go down.
Oh,
See
hey,
that?
look,
See,
here's
yeah.
another picture. I didn't even know this. But 50-year-old male driver was charged with careless driving. I mean, if he was driving carefully, I wouldn't call it careless driving. I would just call it bad life choices.
Careless is in relation to the fact that the hot tub is both not secured properly and not being pulled on something that can handle speed.
I don't
'Cause
see
those dolly wheels are
any
definitely
straps.
Not. Yeah, I'm not seeing any straps. I'm not seeing any straps either.
This is genius. I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, let's see here. So, photo posted to the Facebook page, Warehouse Guys London. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Police say all drivers are responsible for the safety of the load they're carrying. Yes, they are. That's what she said.
If you got Porsche and you got hot tub money, you have money for delivery.
Right? Like, what? Like, that's what I was
I mean,
thinking
at the
when I
very
thought this.
least, he could have rented a trailer from like U-Haul or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's what, like $12.39
Okay,
for
no, to
that
be fair,
for 5 hours?
I'm
You'd have
almost
to rent
certain
a truck. There's no tow hitch on that.
the Porsche doesn't have a trailer hitch. So, but you could rent a truck.
Yeah.
Oh, you could rent a flatbed. Lowe's rents them for like $21 for like,
Yeah.
and you just use
I think
that.
it's like like if you go to Home Depot, it's $30 and you can get the truck for the day. I
Yeah.
think it is. It's
It's
insane.
the same for Lowe's. Lowe's is like
Yeah.
$21.99. You rent the truck for
They
like
had
an
to
hour.
undercut Home Depot. That's what
Well,
that
that's-
was the thing.
Yeah, I have a story about the Lowe's rental truck.
Go for it. We go on tangents all the time on this show.
So
you
my
die?
roommate years ago, we went to Lowe's and he got a patio set and a swing and a gazebo. That was it. It was a big gazebo, patio set, and swing.
That's a whole bunch of shit.
And he's
a lot of
checking out. This is when we first moved into my house. I'm
Yeah.
in now. This was literally 12 or 14 years ago.
Jesus.
He's checking out. He wants to rent a truck to get it all home.
Yeah.
They get him through. They sign him up for the truck. They load all the stuff into the back of the truck for him. He drives home. It's not till he gets home he realizes they never rang up the patio set, the swing, or the gazebo.
They just
They
gave
just
a
charge
charge.
him
They
for the
just
truck?
did the rental for the truck and then loaded it into the truck for him.
You got an entire backyard set for
And yeah, he got the entire
$30
set
or for $29?
for $21.99 at the time, and then returned the truck. And they had never like he was like, "Hey,
statutes of limitations is like 7 years.
Yeah,
right?
that's totally fine
Okay,
now.
we're cool.
And like I said, he didn't realize till he got all the way home, and we were like, "Oh my god, did you?" So we were busting his balls. We're like,
Yeah.
you stole from Lowe's." He's like, "I didn't mean to. Do I tell them? We're like, "You should probably tell them." And he went back and he said it. He mentioned it to one of the employees there. He was like, when I you guys just loaded in the stuff. I never paid for the stuff." And the employee was like, shh, don't worry about it. And like that was the end of it. They were like, it's
that
good.
person
That was one of
hated their
those.
job.
That was one of those. Honesty is the best policy, and since you told us, you're good.
Yeah, like he was like, I don't
There's
know,
a moral
should I go to
behind
someone
this,
else?
and
it
you've
was,
learned it.
Yeah, exactly. It was, and I was just like he came back and I was like, you didn't tell them. He's like, I swear. And this guy.
So what you're saying?
This guy would never steal anything. He's the most
Yeah.
honest person I know. So I knew he had, but we hounded him for
exactly.
it anyway.
You
Yeah.
gotta bust. You gotta bust your buddy's balls.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, if this man would have
Stole
rented
a hot tub.
a truck, he might have got the hot tub for
He
free.
could have got a free hot tub. Yeah.
and not got a ticket.
And not
And
be
us
an
schmucks
article.
wouldn't be.
Yeah, we
wouldn't
wouldn't be making
talking
fun
about
of
it.
some dude towing a hot tub with a Porsche.
We have a lot of hate for Canada
Oh my god! Wait, does
after
this
the
have-
trash wars.
Oh yeah, the trash wars between Canada and the Philippines.
I have no
That
idea
was a
what
story
you're
that
talking
we
Canada
covered.
was just shipping their trash to the Philippines for some
Yeah.
reason.
Seriously?
Yeah, Canada's all like, "Oh, sorry, eh?" And like the Philippines was like, "Hey, we're not a
We're gonna
dump."
go to war.
And they were like, "We're gonna send it back." And Canada's like, "No." That was pretty much the whole thing. And the Philippines were pissed. Canada was kind of an asshole in this whole situation.
I
so
believe that.
weird.
You can do something related to that with junk mail.
you send it back.
So yeah, when you get
Oh.
those return envelopes
Yeah.
with junk mail, where it's like magazine subscriptions,
Just
things
put a
like
bunch
that,
of your junk mail in it.
you can take those envelopes and they charge them when they go.
Yeah.
You can slap them to the front of a box and load that box with garbage or rocks or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, because they have to pay for the.
And they have to pay for the weight.
The weight. Yeah.
and then it charges the company for sending you junk mail.
Yo, how crazy would it be if you just filled a box with tungsten
Oh my god.
and just sent
It'd
it
be
back?
it'd be more expensive to you to buy the tungsten.
I don't
Just
know,
fill it
And
with
beneficial
rocks.
to them when they scrap it.
Yeah. Just send them rocks or your garbage. I've seen stuff about people like sending them like they're literally like a bag of garbage they just put in a box and shipped with that label
You just
on it.
shit in a box
Yeah.
for a while.
There's some that they won't take anything that's not in like the envelope, but then the people would like had like wood cut slats,
Oh yeah.
and then they'd put the wood cut slats in the envelope and send those back because they're like 4 or 5
Yeah.
times the weight of the normal.
Of like a standard piece of paper.
And like I've seen those videos of people on YouTube that do it. The wood cut slats have like wood burned into them, like no thank you or something like that to the offer.
Nice.
Nice try.
Yeah.
They should send them like dark web box stuff.
Let me just see here.
Here's a used needle
Wow.
and a
that took
cursed
a darker
baby
turn.
doll. What do you think you get out of those?
That is
You
true.
order something off the
I mean,
dark web,
it's-
it's always messed up
Well,
stuff.
that's
Yeah,
true,
it's never a nice thing. It's never like, hey, here's a picture of a puppy and a little child that had a really great time.
Sometimes it is, but it's usually there's a picture of a puppy and a child.
Yeah.
Bet you can't find them.
Oh my God. All right. So the Highway Traffic Act and Ministry of Transportation has these tips for towing safely. 1, register the trailer. 2, make sure the trailer is in good condition. Have strong brakes. Was that my throat or somebody else's throat that
wasn't
just made that
mine.
noise? Okay, it's mine. Okay.
I move away from my face so nobody hears me breathing.
Got you. Chocolate rain. Have strong brakes to stop and hold the trailer. Proper lights. Have 2 separate ways of attaching the trailer to your vehicle. Once again, don't think a Porsche had that.
2 ropes.
Have a good trailer hitch. Porsche definitely didn't have that. And make sure the load is balanced evenly.
Okay, so here's why this ticket is a bullshit.
Okay.
Because
let's go.
that's not a trailer, so none
True.
of those laws apply to it.
True.
He
Very
is
true.
literally it might as well be him with a pickup truck and a hot tub in the back. It's a dolly. It's clearly not a road legal trailer. It's not a trailer at all.
Do you think that it would have been fine if this was like a Porsche sanctioned dolly? Like if it said Porsche on it and he could have made the argument that this was an extension of his car?
I wonder if you would have bought like the little strip that has like the taillights and had that set up.
I
That would
wonder-
have counted.
It
Oh,
would-
like if it had like blinkers and stuff on it and stuff?
I wonder if you could argue that the dolly is attached and he's not actually towing a trailer. He's towing a hot tub. Like if you could say the dolly is the hot tub,
Yeah.
we'll put it up with the dolly on it. If that would be an argument.
I mean, there's probably tons of arguments you can make, but I'm pretty sure they were probably like, fuck you, that you
Before
shouldn't
I
have done
defend
this.
this anymore, this guy's a total idiot. I'm not.
We defend the bad guys in
we
these
always
stories all
defend
the
the bad
time.
guys.
I'm
Yeah.
only doing it because I'm trying to think of how this could work. Like if
Yeah.
I were a lawyer, how would I try to get my client out of this ticket?
For all we know, this guy is a lawyer.
I mean, that's true. He has a Porsche. It's very possible.
That seems fine. If it
Kyle
was a
sees
Cayman,
nothing
it would have
wrong
had a
with the
trailer
situation.
hitch, but no, he's got like a
Yeah.
like a Carrera or something.
Yeah, I think it's a Carrera.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, it doesn't have
That's
to.
that's
We
not
don't say
even
bad
that nice
words
a hot
anymore.
tub.
Yeah, that's like the cheap one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly, it doesn't even have a
The
box.
one we used to have
And it
was,
does
was
look like
way
an
bigger.
older. It does look like an older Porsche, also.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's it. Maybe he spent all his money on the Porsche, so he had to get a cheap hot tub and then use a dolly instead of
Could be
renting.
it.
It's because Canada's full of fascists.
There you go. Let's move on to the next one after that one.
That's a good line.
So
to end it
this was the first story that I actually found, but I wanted it to just go. I
We
wanted to
talked
warm
so
up.
little about the actual story in that one. It's
I mean,
great.
because we never talk about the story really. All right, so sex gets Olympic boxer Virginia. Is that Fox?
That's her name.
All right, out of doping ban.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, so U.S. Olympic team boxer Virginia Fox will face no punishment for failing a doping and if you once this is not me using profanity.
No, this is her
This
name.
is her name. I will put it up on screen.
Her name is Virginia
Fox.
Fox. Yeah.
It's probably fudge.
I don't think it
probably
is.
No, because it has the S.
It
at
could
the
be
end.
Fuchs.
Fuchs.
Yeah, maybe it's a O sounding U.
Yeah, Fox.
Maybe it's Fouché. Maybe it's
Fouché.
Fouché.
Yeah.
Fouché. It's more of a French thing.
Maybe.
No, we're gonna say Fox.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it is Fox.
So punishment for failing a doping test after the U.S. Anti-Doping Association determined the violation has been caused by 2 substances transmitted by her boyfriend through sex.
Wait a minute. Are you saying
She got cream pied and transferred
so
over to
that's
her.
a real
that
thing.
you can get testosterone injections through dick?
No, so that's the real thing for
Yeah.
athletes. Men aren't supposed to have sex or ejaculate beforehand because it lowers their levels.
Mm-hmm.
Women are supposed to because when they receive a certain meat injection,
When they receive the protein?
when they receive the protein,
Gotcha,
it actually
gotcha.
does raise their levels. It's good for competitive athletics.
But I think this is implying that he was doping and it had it extra.
Yeah, but he wasn't competing.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. But then he had to at least be some sort of athlete or something. But let's find out more.
This feels like this should be like a new method of cheating in sports.
Right?
That could
Just
be
be
it.
like, all
There's
right,
no law
You do a
about it
bunch
yet.
of steroids and you dick me, and then
Hard. Like
I'm gonna
right
kick ass
before I
tomorrow.
compete.
This is going to be incredibly uncomfortable for the straight male athletes that are like, I'm going to take this because I want to win.
I'm
But
still implying that too.
Exactly. It's what it is. But the USADA
This is how
announced
John Jones has to do it because he keeps getting caught. I haven't watched him forever.
So
I
you're
don't even know
saying
if he
John
fights
Jones
anymore.
needs to get dicked down before every fight?
Yeah, so he stops failing drug tests.
All right, cool. Well, he'll still fail it. It's just
if they do this, they're just going to
He can-
change the ruling so that
Yeah.
this doesn't count. Or this
What
does
they're
count.
going to use this in the court case. Be like, these 3 schmucks figured out exactly how this could be used
This
against
guy
them.
took a train of 18 men to dope up before the match,
Which is why he punched his opponent's head clean off.
which is why he murdered his opponent. So you need to put a stop to this.
Bam. Exactly.
No
Let's see here.
sex in the fight room.
So she intends to qualify for the Tokyo Olympics next year as a flyweight, which honestly, I think if you're dating someone and you know that they're taking something, you probably shouldn't get cream pied by them.
Why not?
You should probably use the old pull-out method. Take
but
it
if
on
she
the
wants
chest.
Truthfully,
take
it
it
would
on the
have
stomach.
never occurred to me that cream pie was a way you could transmit dope.
True. I mean, but
I don't know why y'all keep saying cream pie. That's somehow making this more offensive. Like I think you could
Okay.
actually literally say nutted inside
Okay.
her and it'd be less offensive.
okay.
I don't know
you
why.
shouldn't
Cream
get
pie.
nutted inside. No, it sounds
I don't know
worse.
why dropping off the kids at the pool was. Wait, that's for shitting, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for
Why not
shitting.
both?
Why not? Yeah, right. I don't know why this. Like, it never occurred to me that would be a thing, but I knew
Basting the turkey.
Taking
the
nuts.
turkey.
There we go. I don't know why basting the turkey.
I don't know why stuffing the cannoli
There we
would.
go.
I just created a bigger problem than it was.
Yeah, you should just
Why
left
am I the serious one?
Because you had surgery yesterday.
Drugs.
So you can't even open your mouth very wide.
That is true.
Yeah.
So you're like a little bit more reserved than you
Yeah.
normally are. So
So anyway,
Shouldn't get cream pied.
I don't know.
Shouldn't think about
It
it.
never occurred to me that that would be a thing that could
Okay.
happen. And
Yeah.
I'm sure it probably didn't even occur to her. She had no idea why she was
unless it-
competing better
unless it
after.
did occur to her. and
I
she-
mean, maybe she was doing this on purpose.
Maybe it
but-
really didn't. Maybe this is
Give
the
her the-
first time that she like maybe she was single for all her like rest like I've never done drugs, liar. But then every athlete does.
Yeah.
But then and then she's like bam 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 like I really didn't do drugs this time. Says you did. No, this time I didn't.
That's
really,
possible.
really didn't. I feel like if
For
you're,
the Olympics, I thought
for the Olympics, you should
I'll be
probably,
clean.
Yeah, you should probably try just like I don't want any foreign substance into my body.
So
that
I
could
love
fuck
that.
with anything.
I love that you're
Like I
saying that.
said-
You're like, oh, so the Olympics, all Olympians don't do drugs, except there was one year where like almost every country got disqualified for doping.
We don't count that year, all right?
Or that one year
well,
when like bathing suits got banned because the bathing suits somehow made them swim faster.
This is kind of on
There was
par with
naked
Olympic
swimming?
athletes,
No,
though.
they had to use a different kind.
Because Olympic athletes have a whole thing with sex. Have you heard this?
Olympic athletes are always fucking. Like,
Well,
the Olympic Village
They
at every
spend
single thing.
thousands, like $40,000 on condoms and birth control
Yeah.
every year.
What?
Because STDs it would be rampant.
Well, it's because
Well, it's because you're going and you're
It's
meeting the
literally-
top athletes in the world, and
Yes.
you're like, I've never.
And most
fucked
of these
someone.
people are fucking
they're
gorgeous.
gorgeous. They're the top of their physical game, and
Yeah.
they're mostly like young-ish, hormonal at high stress
Yeah.
points in their life. And so their relax after competing or
Is-
before
is
competing.
release.
Well, to be fair, there's
is-
huge tension because
is
that's
to-
how America or whatever country they're
Yeah.
in is going to look at them.
They're under
Yeah.
an insane amount of pressure.
Yeah.
And
Every
on top of
world
it-
watching you.
Yeah.
On top of it, they're only going to make about $20,000 for the 15 years they spent training
Yeah.
to get this.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because you
True.
can't get more than I think 20,000 is the cap unless
Yeah.
you get
Some stupid amount.
sponsors.
I was gonna say endorsement
Because
deals
it's
are where
not
you make all your money
it's
at that
not
point.
it's not professional. You have to be an amateur
Yeah,
athlete.
can't be a paid professional. in
Except for
order to do it.
basketball. They get
Really?
professional basketball
Yeah,
players
basketball.
for that.
Professional basketball players are on the Olympic teams all the time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
They always recruit.
That's what
for
the
that
that's
stuff.
what the dream team was. The dream team was like you had Michael Jordan, freaking Scottie Pippen, and shit like that all over.
I
It
had
was great.
no clue. I had
Yeah.
no idea.
It's why we owned that year.
Yeah.
Like we fucking destroyed
Yeah, I
everybody.
that
I
makes
think that's
sense,
like
yeah.
the only sport they use like actual professionals for.
Yeah.
I think. So. Wait, no, didn't Wayne Gretzky play? So it was
Yeah, he
hockey?
was Olympic.
Yeah, he was on-
Olympic
he was on
Was
hockey.
it before or after he got professional though?
Oh yeah,
Because for the most part, I think you have to be amateur. Like
Yeah.
I don't think you're allowed to be getting paid to go.
yeah. I think probably basketball is the only one that has like a continued where they will allow professionals to do it. But let's find out
Because
more about Miss
that's-
Fox.
There's not really like an amateur league. I mean, I guess there is, but for the most part, it's like college and then professional, or you just don't play
Yeah,
sports no more.
you need to inspire people to not get paid for it, but still keep practicing at this high of a fucking level.
Yeah.
That's what the Olympics are for. But let's see here. Fox has served as recent captain of the U.S. Olympic team, which returned to Colorado Springs this week for the first training camp since the start of the coronavirus pandemic. Fox learned in March that she had tested positive for 2 banned substances. I really wish they would say what the substances were. During an out-of-competition test in February, while investigating the test, the USADA learned Fox's partner had been taking products that included the 2 banned substances, and the level of Fox's violations were consistent with a recent exposure through sexual transmission. USADA CEO Travis Tygart said his organization confirmed Fox's violation only because it was required to do so.
He only caught that out of the corner of his eye, or not at all.
Not
Who
at
knows?
all.
I'll see it
didn't
later.
at all. I will see it later.
You were doing a great job. We were supporting you the whole time.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
were definitely paying attention to the story.
Thank you,
Not
yep.
looking at the monitor at each other.
I got you. Thank you for your undivided attention, everybody.
So did you ever find out what substances she filled?
Nope. Let's keep
That might
on
have been the
going.
last thing I heard.
While the World Anti-Doping Code requires that this no-fault finding be considered a violation and be publicly announced, we strongly believe this case and others like it, including meat contamination. Is that what they're classifying this
Is that
as?
what this is called? Meat contamination?
So
I think they're talking
anytime-
about eating like GMO meats
Oh,
or
okay.
something.
I was gonna say anytime someone gets pregnant, I'm gonna be
This
like,
is way too
meat
serious for-
contamination
Meat
This is way
contamination.
too serious for a joke like that.
for meat contamination. Okay, and prescription medication contamination cases. I mean, yeah,
If
that
this
one.
this
yeah,
whole
okay.
article was taking like jokes about like getting dick, then I'd be like, oh yeah, maybe that's what that means.
Maybe. I mean, that would be a really good joke, though.
But this has
that
been a
would-
pretty serious article
They
so
have
far.
to have done that as a double entendre. There's no way that was accidental.
I mean, the writer probably intended, but I feel like
It's
You think
also
it
a
went
real
over
thing.
like the editor's
Yeah.
head or something?
the
like
editor
that?
was just like, yeah, no, this is a thing that happens
Yeah,
all the
you
time.
can get meat with too much testosterone.
Who doesn't
Exactly.
get meat contamination? I don't
I've
understand.
had meat contamination at least 4 times this year.
I have it right now. I don't.
You go to your butcher and you just don't know that he sat there jacking his fucking cows up.
Is that what you think meat contamination is?
What?
Oh no, you heard jacking and your brain shut off, but he said his cow's up, not off.
Oh, okay.
He immediately went to off. You immediately went to up, and I just sat there and watched it all happen. it was beautiful to see it unfold.
He's sitting there imagining some farmer who's jerking a cow off. Like,
I'm picturing you
just
sitting
onto
there
a
with,
raw steak. Like, that's going to work.
a butcher in an apron with like a hole in the apron, like a glory hole for the cow.
That is quite the image that you've now.
Yes, I've painted a great picture, haven't I?
That's how Olympians get so strong.
And that's how you dope for the Olympics.
They
Kids.
go to a butcher and they're like, just whatever comes through that curtain, put it in me.
Yep. That's how they do it. That's how you get the strength of a bull.
One day they're gonna regret that. It's gonna like a clown's gonna come through the curtain. They're gonna be like, God, no.
Oof, no.
They have like the worst performance of their whole life.
Oh my God.
Let's see here. Let's skip past the meat.
They go to lift up the weights and it turns out they're balloons.
Okay, we will continue to advocate for changes to the World Anti-Doping Code so that where there is no intent to cheat, and I mean, we don't know, and no performance benefit, an athlete should not face any violation or unnecessary public attention. Basically,
They're going to make a rule that you can't have sex before.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
That's what
because
that
I
says.
think
they're
they're gonna
upset
start.
that they're like kink shaming her, basically.
I think they're going in the other direction. I think they're talking that they're going to actually start monitoring like dosage levels. So like if you're, because they said, if it's not giving you a performance. So right now, all their tests probably just check if it's there.
If it's there at all.
Period. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if she's testing in a lab results that are, negligible.
Yeah.
Because she took it as a hot meat injection rather than
Exactly.
actual doping.
There's some meat contamination,
The meat contamination is not going to show probably any numbers that are
Yeah.
significant. They'll
It's
just-
going to be like 0.00001%.
So they're probably going to actually start going towards that level of actually like measuring whether it would be effective.
Yeah.
Because that's the same thing with like poppy seeds, how you can like
test
positive
for heroin and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense. And I mean, I kind of feel like from what they're stating, it is just kind of like, hey, so she likes to take the meat sauce. And now the world knows that she
So
likes to
many.
do that.
I mean, to be fair, almost every person I've ever met in my life has liked to take the meat sauce.
Here's the thing. Would it have shown up the same if she took the meat sauce vaginally or if she took it orally?
Or rectally? Because
Or rectally,
is
yeah.
one of those things. That's what they used to do. Those kids were boofing, where they were putting
Yeah.
alcohol up their
Would
rectum.
that I feel like
He says
rectal-
those kids, but he was like, I was a kid when that was a thing.
Whoa, I wasn't a kid when that was a thing. I was just very experimental.
Tampons, soap,
Vodka-
and
Just
vodka.
vodka soaked tampons.
So many like college kids that got alcohol poisoning because they did vodka soaked
Yes.
tampons.
I feel like if you took it rectally, if she was taking the meat sauce rectally, maybe her levels would have been higher based off of everything that we know about things that go in your butt.
I think if
Seem
she
to
took it
affect you more.
orally, there'd be almost no effect.
I think we need to contact her and do science
Just be
experiments.
Did you take it rectally, orally, or vaginally?
Or vaginally.
No, we film it. We film and document, and we see which one's more effective.
We take her levels afterwards. Mm-hmm. He really wants us to become a porn company.
No,
That's what
I
it
mean
is.
we don't have to be the ones in it. I'm not doing steroids. Are you?
No.
I could
No.
if I
Are
need
you
to.
saying? Are you saying
You
that
would take steroids to bang
to-
an Olympic athlete?
to fuck fucks? You'd take
Give me a
steroids?
second. Am I the only person that would take steroids to fuck an Olympic athlete?
I don't want my heart to
I'm
shut down.
happily taken, sir. Also, yeah, I guess I
Okay.
don't want to die.
Oh yeah. No, I should say that part too. I'm married. It wasn't that I was anti-drug abuse.
Kyle.
I used the wrong excuse first.
Yes, you did. So
She doesn't watch the show.
you're telling me she doesn't. She doesn't even share our stuff. It's mean. But
She's a monster.
She
you're telling
watches
me
this one and gets mad that we
that
shit
if
on her.
if your other halves died tomorrow,
I'd be really sad. I probably won't be doing steroids.
and then
I go back to the I don't want my heart to fail.
next Olympic year.
Okay, so like 4 more years from now.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
the great
'cause
part
it's-
about it.
yeah,
There's
okay.
some time. You can
4
grieve.
years to grieve
Listen,
and recover.
Grieve,
listen.
you could process, you could move on. You're telling me that if some Olympic athlete was like, hey, I'm at the top of my field. I'm the captain of the women's whatever fucking sport
and
it is team.
I've got to think
It's
for
not-
bearded bears.
It's not.
I need to test 3 different forms of sexual injection of semen tainted with steroids. You wouldn't take steroids for like a week and a half just so you can
You
help
can't
her
just
out?
do it for a week. You gotta do the whole treatment, which is months long.
Okay, months long just to help her out.
I've,
look.
I've been friends with enough athletes that did it that I know there's seasons to steroid use where you use it for these many months, then you stop, then you use it again. It's a whole thing. There's a treatment plan.
Okay.
It's a medical procedure.
Let's, for the moment, step aside
But I'm
from
too
the fact
chubby,
that
and I
I'm
already
too
take high
paranoid.
blood pressure medicine.
I'm too paranoid. Some offer like that would make me think, oh, they're going to kill me and take my kidneys. Like, that's what's happening.
I mean, it would
Hey,
be weird.
take this shot and you can give me one. Like, nah.
It's okay. Yeah. If that was a legit thing, if there's like a study by
you
like
got
a
to
university,
pick your own doctor.
you were
where
like, you're
got-
doing this clinically.
Wait, you can't get you can't get the good type of steroids for working out from a regular doctor,
Yes,
right?
you can.
It has
can
to
if
be
you're
like a
not competing.
shady doctor, right?
You get the good steroids from doctors. You just
Okay,
don't
cool.
tell them you're professionally competing.
or that you're having sex with an Olympic
But
athlete.
it's, let's say,
Unless they're a
science.
part of it. This is just an experiment to see what happens.
well, let's look
Okay.
at this if it's clinical.
Okay, if it's clinical,
it's like
it's
like
sanctioned by the USADA.
You're getting a check at the end.
It's a sperm bank. You're paid. This is a real thing. Okay.
Okay.
You're not actually putting it in them. You're just providing it, and they're putting it in.
no,
okay.
I didn't say that.
Oh,
I
so
said
you
there's-
would only do this for the sex?
There's the putting it in part.
Okay, so you want this for the sex?
Yeah, I'm talking about like she's like it's a clinical trial, but they're taking samples.
I don't know about that. I look.
Or there's
I
some
don't think the
people,
Kinsey
or there's some
method is the-
people watching you from the other side of a mirror,
hold
just
on,
being
hold on,
like,
hold on. I don't think legally the Kinsey method's allowed to be done anymore. If anybody's ever like heard about that, it was like a sex study where this dude like literally was just like, we're gonna have a bunch of people have sex with each other.
Huh.
I watched a movie about it. There's like a scene, dude's like, I could jerk off in 30 seconds. He did it.
Huh.
So would you fucks
All right.
if there was scientific backing behind
Two
it?
options. One,
Okay.
I no longer have a significant other,
Yes.
which would make me sad. But
Dead,
okay,
but 4 years later.
I recover.
Yes.
If I were dating her, if this was like I'm in a relationship and she's like, I want to try this, and I was
She's like, I
committed-
signed up for the study.
Yes. Or hypothetically say this was my girlfriend now and she became an Olympic athlete.
Good for you.
Yeah. She wanted to do this. Yes, then I would consider it if it was a significant other that and this was something they were really into.
Okay.
Okay?
This sounds terrible. It sounds like, honestly, if your girlfriend right now is like, I think you should do heroin. I'd really be into you doing heroin.
I'd be super not sure about it. If my girlfriend now was like, I really
How
need you to
much
do
do you love
steroids.
me?
Because this story is literally her going, I'm not doing the drugs. I want someone to do me that's doing drugs. So literally, what you just said was, my girlfriend
true. That
was
makes
like,
a lot of-
do these drugs and bang me. You'd be like, okay.
If you really need me to.
If you
If
really
you
want
really
me
want to
to
know what it's like to be
If you
with
really
someone that's
want
on
me to.
heroin,
Yeah.
I will do
I'll
these
go.
steroids. Well, that's the other thing too. Steroids. It depends
steroids.
on what kind of steroids. People take steroids all the time. For,
Exactly.
for-
take this inhaler and then bang me.
Yeah, that could be a thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Those steroids show up on tests too. It's the same.
Exactly.
Wait,
Premise.
inhalers show up?
Yeah, that's what steroids
Cortisol-
are.
All I know is
Cortisol,
so
steroids,
here's
everything. It's
here's
gonna
a
test
true
positive.
thing. Here's a true thing, and I did it when I was playing sports. I had asthma, but I didn't think I needed my inhaler anymore. I used it because the adrenaline rush it would give you when I was doing sports stuff.
Yeah.
So it would make me run for longer and run harder.
'Cause it's
and I
steroids.
found out
Yeah,
recently
exactly.
that like cyclists do that, like professional ones for racing
Because
will take.
it's steroids.
It is.
That's
So
you're
what we're
telling me
saying.
that
it is,
you-
and it's steroids that go directly into your lungs, so it
that
makes
you
breathing
wouldn't.
better.
You wouldn't.
So I have done that.
Yeah, you wouldn't pop a quick hit of an inhaler for a couple of months.
I don't think that's
and
going to
then
work the
just
same.
hop in?
I think this is definitely someone that's injecting. It has to get to the blood level.
Okay, I'm just still.
Well, yeah, there's differences in.
It's an
in-
Olympic athlete.
Yeah, no, here you're right though. There are differences in.
I mean, it's an Olympic
dosage.
boxing chick, so she's probably more of a dude than me. So I don't know.
She could be tougher than you.
Nah, man.
I'm gonna keep reading the article. See if there's
We're
anything
done with
else.
this one. Move to the next one.
Yeah,
I think we
there's-
beat
The
this dead horse.
discussion.
There's Kyle. Kyle did that. She's gonna still be trying out for the Olympics. Everybody.
I don't think I'd do it.
She's gonna make it.
You're like, now
Me
that
and
Kyle said
Ryan-
it that way, we're not gonna do it.
Me and Ryan won't do drugs for girl. Jared will. So if anybody wants,
Jared doesn't care about the drugs. He's just about fucking her. That's what we
If-
learned.
if
from this.
She's an Olympian.
if you want a man that'll do drugs to
Did you
bang
not? Did you
he'll-
not see everything that
he
the
got
Cool
you.
Runnings guys went through just to be in the Olympics?
I mean, to be fair, she looks like someone that would take you and like make it worth your life.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm about that. I'm just saying I get it. I
Yeah,
get where
see?
you're coming from.
She's an Olympian.
But you have to fight her first. You have to prove that the drugs are working. I'd try that. That'd be fun.
yeah. What the fuck are you talking about? Just pad up. You get to box for a while.
I mean,
do that
she'll
just 'cause
probably
the fighting.
knock you the
To be
fuck
fair,
out.
she
but, I
probably
mean,
No, but if
spars
you're
with her
sex afterwards.
boyfriend.
If you're the one that's
Yeah.
roided up, you might have a chance.
I don't know if I'm that.
No,
I'm, like,
I don't
I'm
think
good
there's
at
any-
boxing.
If you juice right
I have a good
beforehand,
striking game, but I'm not that good.
To compete with someone that's in the Olympics for boxing, I don't think any amount of roids are going to put you on their level.
Yeah, I mean,
so
that's-
much of boxing is
I
skill
mean,
based.
unless her boyfriend is
that's
also
if you're
a
doing
boxer.
That's the points boxing is dumb.
yeah.
If you nail her good while roided up and you get that full blown fucking roid punch,
You might just be like, I'm an Olympian now.
I win.
What?
I need to call the hospital. I forgot to put gloves on.
On to the next one.
Please,
This might have
please
just
move
been
on.
domestic abuse.
Please move on.
Okay, so our first
one's
stories
not
involving
loading.
police. Nude suspect spent night atop railroad side.
Not our
punched
first story
out
involving police.
Canine dog.
Second story involving police.
This is about the dog. I'm talking about the canine dog. It's directly about the police.
Well, it's the subject is a nude guy who
Spent the night on top of a railroad pole.
Yes.
And then apparently came. How this is phrased, came down and punched out a canine dog.
or did he spend the night on top of a railroad sign because he punched out a canine police?
Oh shit! There's
Nah, because that cop would have been tasing the shit out of him.
That's true. Because isn't that assaulting an officer?
Yeah, they're police.
Yeah, he would have got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
They'd
that's
probably-
the same as if you knocked out a cop. And
Yeah.
half the time they give them ranks, like they're like sergeant. It's like Sergeant
Yeah.
Sniffles.
Question.
Sergeant Sniffles.
I don't know why, but I feel like it'd be hard to punch a dog out.
It is.
So this guy's got skills. He's probably doing that boxing chick with the roids.
He's probably the
If
boyfriend.
he spent the night on a railroad sign, there's a pretty high chance he's on meth. And you could punch out a brick wall on meth, to be fair.
He's on meth.
There we go. Let's find out.
Yeah, could we?
Eugene ORE. What's ORE? Is that
Oregon?
Is it Oregon?
I don't know. Sure.
Sure. Eugene police said a man who spent the night perched nude atop a railroad side crossing sign. Railroad
Am I the
crossing
only
sign.
one that's imagining that his balls are between the X?
Oh no, totally, totally. That's totally where they have.
Don't
to
know
be.
why that's where I'd put that, but
Okay.
just like
Oh
pinched
man,
in there.
that means that it's also going right up his ass crack.
no,
so
I was
he's
imagining
nestled
I was
in.
imagining him holding the X like this, but just
Yeah, but then
Yeah, but
still,
imagine drifting
it's
down
like
in the
a
middle of the
blade.
night, and yeah, it's just slowly.
I feel like
it
he's not
slowly
sleeping.
yanks them up.
Oh no,
He's
he
just like,
definitely
"This is
wasn't
my
sleeping, but
space."
he's sitting on it. If you look here,
oh, ow!
wow.
That's
Oh.
not what I was imagining.
yeah,
No.
look at that.
He's riding
His
the X.
nuts are against this one, and then this one is right up at a crack.
You have to be on drugs because at some point, just the pain from that would be too much to stay
Yeah, it would
there.
be insane.
Oh,
shit.
for the
Damn it.
for the viewer for the listeners at home. He's
gonna put a
sitting on
picture.
it like never mind then.
Well,
He's-
no, I mean,
he's
but still,
sitting
the
on it
listeners.
like if there's a swing, he's sitting on it like if you sat sideways on a swing with your crotch like on
Yeah.
on the swing, but he's doing that to a very thin railroad X.
Yeah, it's a strip of metal.
That's super uncomfortable.
That's a life choice right there.
Yeah.
Quite the life choice. Let's see here. So, Eugene. So what did I read that? Yeah,
He's getting
after
second
more
degree
than
assault.
attempts to run from police after more than 12 hours on the pole. That's what she said. But canine police dog, Swick,
Quick?
quick,
I think that's quick. And I think they spelled
Quick?
quick cleverly.
CWYK.
I think that's supposed to be quick as like a joke.
Oh, so he caught up to him quick because he's a dog, because dogs are quick. Okay, well, he caught up with the suspect who was actively fighting the police
Well, no,
dog.
so the dog's name is Quick.
There we go,
Canine police dog, Quick, spelled cleverly, caught
Caught
up
up
with
to the suspect
Yeah.
quickly, I'm assuming, who was actively fighting the police dog when officers got to them. Police said the suspect put the dog in a headlock and punched it several times.
Well,
This man's got balls, you know, and I'm on his side. He fought a police dog. Those
That
things are
is-
brutal.
look,
That is terrifying.
I love dogs, but police dogs don't mess around.
They don't.
They will tear your arm off.
I'm assuming everybody's seen those bite videos.
Yeah.
That's just impressive what he did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there's no doubt about it. He should be in the Olympics.
Dog fighting. Olympic dog fighting.
So we're bringing it back Roman style. Like there's gonna be
Yes.
instead of lions, we're doing dogs. Like that's what we're
I
doing.
feel like he
lions,
could
too.
hold his own at least for longer than
right.
an average person against a lion.
So we're doing Olympics. They're fighting
Yes.
dogs. Are they methed up?
Who, the
The
dogs or the
dogs?
meth?
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
As long as it's an even playing field.
I meant the people, but
No,
can you imagine
no,
a
there's
messed
dope
up
testing.
dog?
The dogs and the people have to get dope tested.
they can have sex with someone on meth.
You're right. They have to get dope tested no lower than a certain amount of meth in their system.
I feel like
They
it's-
have to be on
Yeah,
the meth.
exactly. It needs to be so much
This
meth.
is the meth
They need to be
Olympics.
vibrating at that point. But
Did
yeah.
you, did
So
you hear
remember
the
hobo
story
fight
about-
videos when we used to walk around like Rockaway Mall and those people would try and hand us them?
Yeah.
So
Just
it's
get
that, but
handed
we're going to
hobo
make
fight
hobo
videos?
Olympic videos now.
Did you hear the story about the bear that found a drug plane dropped?
We talked about that once.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's the whole thing about it being the most dangerous apex predator on the continent
Yep.
for 35 minutes or whatever
Yep.
it was.
Yep.
Till I had a heart attack.
Till I had a heart attack.
Yeah. Can you imagine
Because
a bear
bears
charging you
don't know
messed
restraint.
up?
They
Yeah.
just kept taking it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. So it is.
Does it say
Whoa,
why?
whoa, whoa, whoa. Animals know how much drugs is enough. That bear just couldn't hold it.
That bear was having a bad day. Needed to
There's
just chase the
jaguars.
dragon.
There's jaguars in South America that have like a certain plant they find that has psychedelic properties that they
Right.
gnaw on.
There is an extreme difference between eating cocoa leaves or psychedelic plants
Yeah.
and eating pure refined cocaine.
yeah.
Which is addictive and numbing.
To be
Yeah.
fair, if it was pure, you probably wouldn't have OD'd. Because pure cocaine, you can't really OD on. It takes a lot.
I don't
It's
know.
whatever they cut it with.
Eating a bare amount of it, like a bare-sized
No,
amount.
you are totally wrong. You can OD on pure cocaine.
No, man. Coke's method. It's medicinal. It's medicine.
It used to be.
Yeah, but look, medicine is medicine, and it still kills you if you eat too much.
That's one of the greatest lines. Medicine is medicine.
Well, I mean, okay, yes, Coke used to be medicinal,
Yes.
but so is everything we use. If you take any prescription drug in a dose higher than they recommend, or
You
a
could die.
certain, you can take
I love how he's like
aspirin.
missing like a really like real clear one right now. That's a huge epidemic that doctors still definitely use.
Pain
Fentanyl.
pills?
Talking about fentanyl.
Oh, fentanyl, yeah,
Yeah.
Or like, I mean, you could kill yourself with aspirin. It's not.
It's very
you're
difficult to,
allergic.
like, yeah, that one's more difficult than they make it seem in movies.
So I did the math once.
Do the math?
I did the math on this. If I did,
32 pills.
for someone my size,
Okay.
acetaminophen. Okay.
Okay.
Ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Advil.
Yeah.
So if you take the migraine strength ones, which are 500 milligram dosage,
Okay.
2 of them equals 1,000 milligrams.
I don't know if we should be telling the internet this.
Yeah, he
Was
cut
it
out
a-
a whole speech that I did one time.
Well, then I won't go on.
Was it a lot,
It
or
was.
was it a reasonable amount?
It was about a bottle
oh, so
that was
32
it.
pills.
It was-
30
it was- it was-
there was a, remember we had, were you still at Phil's
for
when
someone
we did
my
that?
size. So someone like you who's lighter than me, it'd be
Yeah.
less than that. But for someone my size,
Okay.
it would be about a bottle.
About a bottle. We're going to be very vague.
Yeah.
No, we had a
Don't
whole,
take a bottle of anything.
I think you can talk about this because we had a whole, I don't know if you were still at
I think
at
we
the
still
same
have to
school.
say don't do it at home.
No,
like,
don't-
Yeah,
don't.
please
don't
don't.
do
This
it.
is
Don't.
terrible.
Don't do it.
But when we were in high school, there was an assembly where the dude went on and talked about 32 pills. Like that's why I remember
Yeah, that's
that
right. No,
number
that's right. That was the
specifically.
thing that happened.
There was like a whole
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Our high
school
school-
was like full of drug addicts and shit though, so it makes a difference.
Our school talked to us about like how not to kill yourself.
Yeah, that's what that was. It was a
Yeah,
suicide
but
thing.
like
But it
telling
was
you
like,
how to
it
do
was
it.
like a step-by-step how to kill yourself.
Yeah, like-
which is
Oh,
why
yeah.
I was saying
there was
let's
like a
be vague.
song about 32 pills. There's a whole
Like,
thing about that.
And it was so like it was so ridiculous that like while we're watching it, it was like he might as well have been, "Hey kids, don't kill yourself."
But
Because
if you
even
wanna-
though getting hit by a train is fast and painless, and you're like, "What?" Like that was the.
Well,
it was
I mean-
so out there.
To be fair, that's the same reason they stopped doing Dare.
Well, yeah, because Dare taught kids about drugs.
Yeah.
There was like, hey, there's this kind and this
And
kind
now
and this
we
kind, and this will do this
all
and that will do that.
drugs.
Yeah, right. I haven't done anything in so long.
Neither have I. I mean, it's as soon as it's legal, I'll consider it. But until I have a job that doesn't involve me being on the road with people,
You don't have
yeah.
to.
I don't
it
even like stuff like that.
on
I
the
did
road.
when I was in college. I tried marijuana,
saying, I still-
and I get spins. It doesn't agree with my
It
system.
just makes me tired.
It doesn't do anything good for
I
me.
just take naps.
I get sleepy. Me and him pretty much have the exact same reaction.
I know.
So we're just like,
But then
what's the
again,
point?
I used
Doesn't
to
do
do
good
it with
stuff for
people
me.
that were our friends that did a lot of it, and they would try and get me to keep up, and I wasn't as good at it.
mine was just any amount that I did. It was that. Oh, we never told them what we were drinking.
Eh,
Lying.
There'll be a video.
I don't have anything in mind. There's no booze in mine.
Check it out. Check it out on YouTube if you haven't. But let's see here.
And- And what's
Does
the
it
other thing
ever
you're putting
give
it on?
Oh, TikTok. It's gonna be on
It's gonna
TikTok.
be on TikTok.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, at Rum Runnas Pod, right? That's
I don't remember.
At Rum
We'll
Pod?
figure it out. We'll put it up.
I don't remember what our TikTok
We'll put
is.
it up when I
I'll throw
find
it up on the screen.
I'll look at it.
Okay. Officers arrested Brandon Lee Jackson, 39, of Eugene for second-degree assault, reckless endangering, first-degree criminal trespass, first-degree criminal mischief, public indecency, and second-degree disorderly conduct. Striking an officer is not on there.
So that's 'cause
Why was he
got
doing this anyway?
assault.
Did they ever mention like why?
But still, it's worse assaulting an officer is worse than just first-degree assault or second-degree assault.
I think right now in America, people would be.
But we don't know
Disagree.
we don't know if ORE is America right now.
That
I just want to know why. Like they never mentioned like he's not on drugs or like.
Services show in charge of first-degree highway robbery and second-degree assault in connection with the incident early Monday morning.
So he robbed someone, got naked, climbed up a train.
Is this
pole.
one of those "they'll smell my clothes" kind of things that we had before, where the guy got naked
And
the
farted?
Yeah, and he farted, and that's what gave him away. But at approximately 3:17 a.m. in the 7-Eleven parking lot in the see, you got to watch all of our episodes, man. There's some interesting stuff that we find. On the 500 block of West 7th Ave, police received information that
He's 61.
struck
Yo,
a,
this
oh,
is
no,
more
he
impressive.
No, he is 39.
Okay,
he
less
struck a 61-year-old man with a metal object, stole his property, and left the area. He also charged with second-degree theft in connection with alleged shoplifting on June 14th at Walmart on West 11th Ave, as well as second-degree theft and second-degree criminal mischief on an incident March 13th on Mill Street when the rear window of a Honda was broken and an instrument was stolen from the vehicle. This guy's
These are
just,
really
What? This
vague
guy's just a-
statements.
a
this
piece
guy's
of
just
crap.
a thief. Why was he naked?
This guy clearly is just a piece of garbage.
So he's a thief that likes hitting people and apparently likes getting naked, climbing up large metal structures.
Maybe,
He was just trying to see how many crimes he could do at one time.
Right? That's what it seems
Maybe.
like. That's a lot.
And he was
of
trying to see if
crimes.
he could get weird ones. He was like, I'm
Yeah.
going to get.
I'm still kind of on the boat if he had to be on like meth or something.
He has to
Yeah,
be
and
on
they
something.
didn't. But the whole thing is that they wasn't listed in his charges. That
Yeah,
would
but
normally
that
be.
doesn't necessarily
on
mean
drugs
he wasn't on it. Yeah,
True.
And the
True.
drug test just might
he
not
wasn't
be back yet.
operating a vehicle or anything like that, so it might not have come up.
True.
They would have drug tested, but maybe the
Yeah.
results didn't come back. Labs
might
aren't
be-
that
yeah.
fast.
Yeah,
Very true. Very true.
yeah. This isn't CSI. They don't just
They're not.
pop it in
They're
and
not
come back
quick.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, like every time a
Like
celebrity
quick
dies,
like
it
a
takes like a
dog.
month before
Yeah.
they tell us how.
Uh-huh.
True. Very true. Very true.
This guy hurts my brain.
Okay, let's go on to the next one then, which is actually the.
I
Oh no,
actually
it's
don't know how he didn't get arrested for the hitting of the dog though.
yeah. That's the whole thing. That's what confuses me with this. Man fined €500. I'm assuming for farting with full intent at Vienna police.
Definitely euros.
Okay. Wow.
Farting with intent.
Farting with intent.
Police
What
in-
was the intent?
Police
To fart
in-
at the police.
To fart at them apparently.
He probably yelled, "I fart at you."
I fart in your general direction. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries.
Yes.
Police in Austrian capital say offender was fined for offending public decency.
For farting.
Wait, offending public decency?
Yes, offending public decency. That was his with full intent. His intent was to offend
I'm just trying
public
to. The
decency.
phrasing of that law is confusing because how do you offend a thought?
Right? Because it's
The public decency is an idea.
it's not like he was naked.
Yeah, let me get this straight. You walked by cops and farted at them,
Yeah.
and that was
That was a finable offense.
€500 finable offense.
500,
So
which
what
is
you're
more than
saying is-
$500.
That's more than if you drove without an inspection on your car.
What you're saying
That's
is,
equivalent
though,
to 762 Canadian dollars. I'm assuming that's what CDN is.
in a country where prostitution and smoking weed's legal.
Yeah. For
Can't fart in the street though. Not at
Let's
the
see here.
police.
For breaking wind loudly in front of police, a move that the Austrian capital's police force was at pains to defend on Tuesday. Oh, apparently they had a hard time.
Yeah, I wonder
Defending
why.
They
'cause this
probably
is-
beat the shit out of him. I heard German cops are pretty like hardcore.
This sounds like bullshit. I think
Let's
they
see
were
here.
just being assholes.
The Österreich newspaper
I'm gonna
reported
say-
the fine stemmed from an incident on June 5th and that the offender was fined for offending public decency. City police wrote on Twitter, of course, no one is reported for accidentally letting one go. They added the man had
This man
behaved
was like-
provocatively and uncooperatively. during an encounter.
Uncooperatively.
Yes.
So he walked by, stopped, and went, "Here you go," and let it go at
Yeah.
them, and they were like,
You're under arrest. And he
yeah.
was
And
like,
he
no.
was like,
and they're
"No,
like,
I'm
no,
not."
you're not cooperating.
"Yeah."
And he was acting provocatively.
This is like when
also.
people get arrested in America and the only thing they've done was resist arrest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
Be like,
Why am I being arrested? You're resisting arrest.
Why do you have your taser out? Because you're being uncooperative. Well, I'm being uncooperative because you immediately grabbed a taser.
Yeah.
And you're pointing it at me. And literally, the only thing that I did was be sitting here talking to you.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? But yeah, so let's see here. He got up from a park bench, looked at officers, and let go a massive intestinal wind, apparently with full intent, they said. And our colleagues don't like to be farted at so much.
So he planned this.
So this sounds like a bunch of
The
babies
decision could be appealed.
who couldn't handle that a guy got up and farted.
Yeah, because they
No,
said
but you don't
full
understand.
intent.
This was a terrorist attack.
Yeah, but it's their word on his.
terroristic
yeah.
farts.
He was drinking coffee and eating fucking beans and broccoli, waiting for the police to show
Where
up.
is this? Germany? So it was
Austria,
probably
yeah.
Austria. So it was probably beans and brats.
Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah.
and broccoli. I'm just thinking
Okay.
of things that make you fart.
Sure.
Just things that, and also make it smell just abysmal.
And coffee.
Okay.
And he was just sitting there all day, just eating those, waiting for the police because he knew they were going to walk by.
Yeah.
And then he got up and he was like, "It's your time." This is a terrorist act. But what I think is funny is because there's
Yeah.
no way that like cops have a tendency to have like crude humor and stuff.
Usually,
so
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no way they're
At
not
least the
like
cops that we know.
in their cars
Yeah.
at times and just like
There's
smell that.
I think
Yeah.
they just
You
took this
smell that?
personally when they shouldn't have.
Yeah,
These
exactly.
cops
Which is
were
why
just
they're
had-
saying it's probably going to be appealed.
These cops
but
just
I
had
mean, it's
nothing to do that day, and they're like, "We're gonna give somebody
Like,
something."
yo, we're gonna get in trouble.
How
if
can
we
we-
do not?
how can we fuck
do a
up someone's life?
citation? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
This
Like,
was
if we
two
don't
cops
do it. Yeah,
doing a Jared and Kyle at H Greg, and they're like, "Our boss is looking. We got to do something real quick."
he farted at us
Mm-hmm.
with full intent. Cuff him. $500, dude. $500. He's like my car costs that.
Yeah, right.
What are you talking about?
That's insane.
Yeah, it's
and this is Europe, where everything's way cheaper. So like, that's
Yeah.
actually a big.
his yeah.
Yeah. That's
He
insane.
could get like a full brain surgery for less than that over there.
Yo, you totally like the cost of insulin over there is
Well, yeah, that's-
like $2.30. Like it's insane.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
The price in America is pretty cheap right now. They froze it at $31
yeah, they
Oh, yeah,
they
'cause, you
put
know-
the one company put a cap on it at like 35.
Yeah, I
to-
think it was 35. Yeah,
until the end of quarantine.
yeah, something
Yeah.
that they could have done. Literally this whole time since the patent was.
Are we going into big pharma? Because I
No,
can
we're
rant
not
on
gonna go
big
into big
pharma.
pharma.
We'll
That's
do
what-
that on our show.
that's
We'll
what
do
your
a whole
guys' shows,
episode
yeah.
about
Yeah,
how you
let's-
shouldn't charge $3,000 for aid medication that used to cost $20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll let
That
you guys
guy's in
do
jail
that.
now, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I think
yes.
so.
Yes, he is.
Did you hear about the new? They have a vaccine. Gilead has a vaccine for coronavirus. Not vaccine, a treatment that can help reduce symptoms and severity
Yeah,
of
it's like
coronavirus.
$2,500.
Oh,
And
it,
it is-
it also makes you go sterile.
Does it?
That's what I heard. I heard that they're doing tests on a treatment or a vaccine, and that one of the major side effects is it's going sterile, and they're testing it on like a. I think it's at a village in like Africa. They're like they offered the testing things.
Oh no!
And,
we
the
did
village
this
is
once
going
before in the
sterile.
past. This goes back into conspiracy theories because the CIA
Yeah.
I don't know
totally
about
did that.
We're gonna
But
see-
But
yeah.
Gilead released.
Yeah.
They have a treatment that can help reduce severity, hopefully keep people out of intubation and things like that.
Yeah.
But it is $3,000 for the full course, and it won't be covered by anything.
Of course it would.
Meanwhile, it's going to be sold in other countries for like $2,200, $2,300.
I thought it was even less than that.
It's still expensive, but like
But nowhere near.
I thought it was like.
by the way,
$1,200.
this treatment was funded by the U.S. government
Yeah.
in the scope of millions and millions of dollars,
Yeah.
like $71 million that we paid for with our taxes,
tax dollars. Yeah.
that we then have to pay $3,100
Do you know what I say to that?
something dollars to.
Do you know what I say to that?
What?
I fired at them with full intent.
Didn't you hear about the one man who like survived Corona and then got like a multi-million-dollar hospital bill?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 71-year-old guy or whatever that beat Corona and then got $1 million hospital bill.
So that would have killed me.
That's insane.
Like that literally would have killed me. I would have been like, yeah, I did it. I did.
I'll tell you what I would have done. I would have taken all my cash out. I'd have given it to someone else, like my kids, and I'd have been like, "Don't pay him shit when I die. They're not getting a dime of that money."
Bankrupt.
71 years old, you can kiss my ass.
Exactly. Kiss my
My kids will take care of
Kiss
me.
my ass.
Yeah,
All right. Well, let's go on to the last thing.
yeah.
On to the last one. This is
let's
going to be
see
a
here.
long episode.
Yeah, it is. So I
But it's
just
okay.
I just want to get everybody's reaction to this video. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
Oh
already.
my God, is this the Florida people?
Yes.
Oh, please no.
I just want to get
You always
everybody's
have to do
reaction.
at least one.
Oh, jeez.
I always need to get Florida people in here.
Oh, is this the one where everybody's yelling about how it's their right?
These are the
their-
dumbest
their
people on the
rights
planet.
So
for
here's
not wearing a mask.
my main thought on that is like, okay, sure, it's your right to not wear a mask, but it's the right of a private company to not serve you if you don't. Then.
Yes.
Like you can't. And
It doesn't work
funny.
both ways.
That's like people arguing with the whole no shirt, no shoes, no service thing.
No, but these are the same people that'll defend a company's right to not give service to a black or a gay
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
But
These are-
how dare they not make them wear?
You
Exactly.
do not have to serve a gay person their wedding cake, but do not make me wear a mask in that
That's the
same
so
establishment.
the
ridiculous.
same people,
Exactly.
and they're a blight on humanity.
well, let's react to them. I just want to get
Good.
everybody.
Here we go. I just wanted to hate myself today.
There we go. Oh God!
Oh, this
why
is so
are you
great.
doing
This woman's not even saying a word. She's
Oh,
just
thank
making
God.
head motions.
Ah, no, go back. What?
I'm-
No,
I'm an
are we
American.
saved? Are we saved?
no, never saved. You're never safe from me.
See, all these people mess up though, because all they really should
I
say
don't
is they
wear a
should get up there and
mask
just
for the
"Last time
same
checked,
reason I don't
this was
wear
America."
underwear. Things gotta breathe.
That was probably the best one out of all of them so far.
And
Satanism.
they want to throw God's wonderful breathing system out the door.
It's my favorite. I
You're
love
all
the amount of
turning
people
your
that are
backs
like,
on it in
it's
the beginning.
God.
That
God
woman couldn't
formed
breathe
man
normally.
out of the earth and breathed his breath in him, and he became a living soul.
It's Jesus' breath.
Where do you,
can't take it
derive
back.
the authority to regulate human breathing? What
not
you say
regulating your
is
breathing.
the political dogma that they're trying
can
to
say it. You
shove down our throats on every commercial,
You can say
in every
stupid
store,
bitch.
and it's
She is a stupid
disgusting.
bitch.
Every single one of you
Listen,
that are
listen,
obeying
you-
the devil's laws
She's the worst.
are
She's the
going to
worst.
be arrested. And you, doctor, are going to be arrested for crimes against humanity.
Let me ask you all, do you believe you're God? Do you believe you can override God's divine plan for our lives? You're removing our freedom.
What do you think if someone would have said yes?
I think this is hilarious that
someone's
we're
like,
listening to
"I'm
this,
God."
and I'm wearing a shirt with a giant pentagram. Like, I guess I'll wear a mask.
Baseless conspiracy theories about masks.
We will get together and do a citizen's arrest on every single human being that goes against the freedom
Every
of
human being.
choice.
Every
Okay?
single
You
human.
cannot
This is just like those
mandate-
people
world.
that like
You literally
hotbox their
cannot
kids with cigarette
mandate
smoke in a
somebody to
car and
wear
then
a
get mad
mask
if you ask me
knowing
about
that
it.
that
My
mask
face is
killing
so
people.
weird color
It
because of being
literally
swollen
is killing
still.
people.
Yeah. Masks are not killing people and do not pose a health risk.
Thank you,
There we go,
Naldis.
people. But COVID-19 has killed 122,000
Every
Americans as
single
of
one of
January.
you
More than
have a
130
smirk
something
behind that
else.
little mask, but every single one of you are going to get punished by God. You cannot escape God. You cannot
If you
escape
believed
God.
in
I'm gonna
God,
say that
wouldn't you
again.
kind of believe this
cannot
was the
escape
punishment
God, not
from
even
God?
With the mask or
They don't-
6
they
feet.
It's a play.
Okay? 6
These
feet,
people
like
don't
I
use
said,
logic
or
before,
reason.
military
No,
protocol.
yeah.
You're trying to get the people
And the devil
to
did it.
train
Yeah, you
them.
elected a
So
Cheeto
when the cameras, the 5G comes
Who-
out, what?
who
They're
preached
gonna-
nothing
they're
but
gonna scan
hate.
everybody.
And
You
now
gotta
your
get
God is
scanned, you
like,
gotta
no,
get temperatured.
fuck
The
you.
kids have
You're
to
all
go
gonna
to school
die.
With masks.
Look,
Are you insane?
these are the people that think this
Are you
plague came
crazy?
from
I
God
think all of you
because
should be in a psych
he
ward
hates
right
gay
the
people.
heck
That's
now.
true.
We allowed gay marriage, so this is from God, even though it's affecting them way more than the rest of us because they're not wearing
going to have parties.
masks and
Exactly.
going to church and going and having parties and freedom, America.
America. Oh, because, you know,
You did not
What does
listen
sex trafficking
to
have to
we
do with this?
The people.
because you can't tell their body language
I
and
would die for that
their
country.
facial
I would die
expressions.
for the Constitution. And you know what? You disgrace me. You know why? You did not listen to we the people. You made your decision.
Where in the Constitution do they say you don't
I'm
have
not
to wear a
wearing it
mask?
today. Besides, despite what you guys do up here today, I'm not wearing one tomorrow. I was born
My
free.
favorite
I
is
will
the person
stay
that
free. My rights
that
come
made a
from
meme
God, not
that
from
did the
you. I'm
meme
not
where it's
wearing
like
it. You're
me
gonna have to hold
walking
me
down
down for that.
Walmart without a
We
mask and
are a
not caring.
nation of
And then 2
shared
weeks later, she was
values
like,
of
"Please pray
freedom,
for me because I
liberty,
just caught Corona and I'm worried
equality.
for
We
my
are
kids."
home of
Yeah.
the free.
Yep.
Land of the brave. This is America, as someone else spoke. This is not Cuba. We are not in a communist nation.
How's Cuba doing? Do you think they're doing better than we are? I kind of feel like they might. No. They're not? Okay.
Probably not.
205%. Palm Beach voted to require masks in all public
And I
indoor.
say Trump 2020, and I hope every one of you gets voted out who votes
The Republicans
for a
are on
mask
the
today.
side of masks
Shame
now,
on you
though.
for voting
They are,
for a
yeah.
mask.
And you know, it's only
This is a-
3 or 4 months
I heard
later.
you say
And
this
I
is
mean,
a
yeah, to be
democracy, and
fair-
I'm sick and tired of hearing
That means
you say
Trump
that.
is
It's a
because
republic.
he's just a puppet because that's all
Oh
presidents
my
are.
God, I forgot that she said that at the end.
What does she
I
say?
got to rewind that real quick or fast forward. But, oh my God, why are you doing this?
This is somehow Obama's fault.
Yeah, she.
It's only been 4 years, but still.
Where the hell is it?
It's at the
I
end.
gotta get to.
At the very end, yeah.
Also heard you say this is a democracy, and I'm sick and tired of hearing you say that. It's a republic.
Technically, America's a democratic republic.
Technically, America's an oligarchy. Let's be straight up about it.
Yeah, you can't say these things. We're gonna be murdered now.
We're not a government that's just based off money.
All right.
We're a democratic republic.
I mean, yes, no. There is no war in
we
Bossing
have a
Say.
Senate. We have a
no
Senate.
war
We have a
in
Senate
Bossing
that makes
Say.
us a republic. I don't actually know what part makes us.
I'm
a
just the
republic.
Mike Cabbages guy. That's what.
Wait.
In that whole situation, that's
Is
what
the
I am.
Electoral College what makes us a democratic society?
So
we're really just
we
a
are
republic
democratic
society.
because we vote, and we're
Yeah.
a republic because we use an electoral college.
Yes.
And a
That's
Senate.
why we are a democratic
Republic.
republic. However, both of those things don't matter because major corporations and lobbyists pay for everything that happens.
Your vote matters.
I mean,
That's
yeah.
why presidents with less votes can win.
Can win. Yeah, exactly. You know,
Because of how much your vote matters.
so get out there and cast
And this
that
is
all important.
This is
vote.
why when you posted
I'm
that
gonna
thing,
do something with intent.
There we go.
I'm calling the cops.
That
Well
was
then.
that was directly at the electoral college.
That's at the Electoral College.
yes.
So
And
but-
every person in Florida that
I just
believes that
farted
they
at
shouldn't
Mike.
wear.
I can't believe I did that. I'm so mad at
Oh,
this whole
what the
thing.
fuck?
Sorry. The whole thing makes me so mad. I didn't even think about that. That's
Listen,
now immortalized.
There we go.
But
So yeah, you have a mask on top of your head. You could bring
yeah,
that
but I
down.
didn't like my hair today. I'll put that on my face when I need to go outside.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us for
But
another
wait, I
episode
want to
of the Rum Runnas
discuss
Podcast.
politics more
Nope, that'll be on your show.
because he posted this whole thing about how Trump won't be president again, but he's gonna because in my mind it's already decided that they all get 2 terms.
I don't think it's decided that he's going to get a second term. I think
Look at the pattern.
Everyone, this is my problem I have right now.
Since George Bush Sr., it's gone 2-year Republican, 2-year Democrat, 2-year Republican, 2-year Democrat.
The whole thing
2-year
about him
Republican.
not going wasn't that he won't do it. It's that he won't do it, not that he couldn't win a second time. I don't think that he doesn't have a chance a second time.
Yeah.
Because the way our system is and how many idiots are cult-like followers
I mean, there's
of him.
still a lot of people inside of the system that hate him, though.
Yes,
on his
absolutely.
side.
Political
But
parties
he's
are
catching
cults.
so much hate from all sides, and Trump is very narcissistic.
Yeah.
So he'll take it as I've done my part, and he'll probably spin it. I was talking about this today.
I've done my harm.
Yeah.
Let's
He'll-
get out of
He'll spin
here.
it to be like I
These
gotta say
bitches-
I've done the most.
I get Secret
I have
Service protection for the
done
rest
the-
of my life now.
I've done the biggest things of any president ever in only 4 years.
Super
You don't
huge.
need me for another 4 years.
Super huge.
Listen, I will give every president, no matter how stupid they are, the benefit of the doubt if they just stick to their promises. And I did not get the whole suppressor for every gun and machine
Yeah.
guns that he promised at the beginning. He said we were all going to be allowed to buy fully automatic weapons and every gun was going to be allowed a suppressor without having to buy a super expensive stamp.
That's all I want.
Where'd that go?
He said the other day that the border wall with Mexico stopped COVID. That's a real thing that came out of his mouth.
Yeah.
How's that $3 trillion wall going?
Oh, super
how's
It
it
good.
going?
stopped, and part of
and
it fell
it's-
down.
And it's what, like 13% done?
It
I think is what it is.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I said, a part of it collapsed.
Gotta love
And
it.
it was $3 trillion? Was that the last number they had
It's
for
some
it?
stupid number.
Something stupid.
Yeah,
And
something
he
crazy.
wanted more money then. But before we get off too far, because once again, I want to leave some stuff for your show. Keep an eye out in the future for the Dark Rum podcast. That should be coming soon. That'll be featuring these two right over here.
More conspiracies, more murders,
All of 'em.
more ghosts.
There we go.
Let's go down the rabbit
That's
hole,
what you have to look
folks.
forward to. But follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Rum Runnas. I almost forgot our stuff. So at Rum
Instagram
Runnas
is at
on
Rum Runnas. Twitter is at Rum Pod.
Twitter's at Rum Pod. You can follow Kyle at Mr. Norwal on his Instagram for his stuff. Turtle, where can they find you on
I
the socials?
am the first turtle. It's all spelled out, no numbers. I'm the
He
first
is.
turtle on TikTok, on Instagram. I think on Twitter. I gotta check, and I have a Facebook
I think you
This
are on
is
Twitter, but you don't use your Twitter.
I do. I've been using it a lot more lately, but I don't use it a lot.
There we go. And he's gonna be helping us out a lot with Rum
Instagram.
Runnas. So things that are gonna be coming up on Instagram. That's gonna be this man right here. So you're gonna have him to thank for anything that we do. We are on
Or blame.
TikTok. We think it's at Rum Pod.
I'll find it out, and you just post it up later.
Yeah, I'll throw it up.
Also,
on the
we'll
screen.
probably have a dark rum one by soon too.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're gonna have way more coming at you. But we're very glad to be back. Thank you very much. I don't know. I almost don't even remember how to end these things. But peace, deuces. See you in the next
Have
one,
a great
everybody.
day.
You should stop doing that one.
No.
It's all over. There's no place to run, even if we let you out of there. Don't do anything foolish.